with Mike Trudeau.
Good. Hey, what's up, Frank? I wanted to start with Anthony Davis and his availability for tonight.
He's available and good to go.
And then I saw Caruso was listed as questionable as well. Do you have a status update for him?
Yeah, so he has a foot contusion. He's not sure where exactly it happened or at what point in the game it happened last night, but it really got sore after the game. And he wants to play, but it is very, very sore. And, we're going to give him the opportunity to be in there, but, we're not really sure how that's going to go. If it's really giving him a problem, he may not be able to finish the game, but he definitely wants to be in there and he's going to start.
So this seems like a familiar conversation, right? Being down playmakers and now the guy that's trying to come in and play. Frank, what are, if any, counters to the way like the game started yesterday where it seemed like you guys were having trouble penetrating that aggressive defense? And how do you guys piece through that in a game like tonight?
Yeah, we just got to be better with turnovers and, our pass and cut offense. It doesn't always have to be, pick and roll and dribble penetration. Obviously, we've started to play through Drum in the low post as well. With Anthony, the plan was to obviously play through him, most of the night, and it didn't play out that way with him not being available. So, again, the plan will be obviously to play through Anthony as much as possible. Everybody on the perimeter will be empowered to be playmakers, and got to do it by committee.
And then defensively, Frank, how much can you guys replicate the game plan that seemed to work pretty well against Portland last year, just given some of the personnel that's out and some of the personnel that's different?
Yeah, well, it's definitely a challenge. Obviously, not having Ron back there, I think one of the biggest things is when we took the ball out of Dame's hands, having AD and LeBron on the back line, really, gave us a presence at the rim and scrambling out of rotations. So not having Bron out there is obviously different. We got to mix pitches. We can't try to give him a steady diet throughout the course of the night. But we just got to make things difficult for him as much as possible.
Kyle?
Hey, Frank. Obviously AD was tremendous for you guys last year in the playoffs. Has shown signs of becoming that dominant player again. And the Denver win Monday was signs of that. What's sort of the key in your view for AD to get out to a good start on the way to kind of being that level of player for you guys again?
He's got to continue to be assertive. And, we have to be able to deliver him the ball. Bigs are dependent in this league. And, we got to be able to deliver him the ball in scoring positions. And he's got to have the mindset to dominate both sides of the ball. That's when he's at his best. He hasn't been at his best defensively while he's still trying to get his legs under him and find his rhythm and timing, really on both sides of the ball. And, it's just something that we're playing through. The number one thing I think to get there is time, which we don't have much of. So we'll just make the best of it.
Bill?
Good evening, Frank. Not you, sorry. Anthony said last night that that this is the biggest game left of the year and that the play-in is something that you guys would rather avoid. But then he also said maybe there's a silver lining and that the play-in, because you guys haven't had games together, you need games, that it could actually be a good thing for you. So I'm curious for you, which one is it? Is this the biggest game left in the season and the play-in something to be avoided, or is it something that could actually be a blessing in the end?
Yeah, for me, I'm unafraid of the play-in tournament with this team. I feel like we can beat anybody, but we definitely want to finish in the top six. There's just too many things that can happen in a one-game series. Foul trouble and roll of an ankle, anything like that, could pop up. So, we definitely want to finish in the top six. It's a high priority for us. But at the same time, if we end up in the play-in tournament, I'm confident in our group. There might be a small silver lining in a couple more games or a game or two of this group playing with each other. But I think that's minimal, and to me, this is a tiebreaker game. Counts twice, because we're one game up in the standings with the tiebreaker, which means it counts twice. So, it is a bigger game than usual from that regard.
Dave?
Frank, when will you know about LeBron's status for the Phoenix game, and what will it take to determine that status?
We'll communicate tomorrow with where he's at. We just wanted to get through these games. He was going to be out this one. And, we're really literally evaluating things on a day-to-day basis and trying to figure out as his ankle progresses, how much do we want to get him in there for rhythm and timing versus potentially agitating the ankle, you know what I mean? And just something we're evaluating every day. And, I'm sure we'll have conversations about the Phoenix game tomorrow.
Last question, Dan.
Frank, obviously you said you guys want to play through Anthony as much as possible. At times when you guys have gotten him a lot in the block, like things kind of stop a little bit around him. How important is it to still play with motion and pace? Or is it possible to play with motion and pace when you play through a big guy the way that you guys are going to try to do tonight?
Of course. Our post offense is a 5-man offense. In particular, if we're going to see double teams. So, you get the ball inside to him. You first explore some cuts, and then you get to your spots and, read if there's single coverage or double coverage. And if there's double coverage, we're all on the move, and then we're playing to attack in a 4-on-3 type of situation. So, definitely want to have some movement, in particular if we're seeing double teams in a low post.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.